the whole key of blogging and being successful in blogging is being really honest, being really authentic. People can tell when you're not being authentic, and it's like the death knell for a blog. So just be honest, and in everything that you do, especially in the business side, if you're working with a brand or a company, make sure they're a company you're happy with. Like, I don't like to work with companies that do animal testing. I don't like to, like, someone tried to put an ad for fur on my site, like, this is fake, like, I wouldn't put that on my site. So you need to just make sure everything you do is in line with your beliefs. I think it's really important. Yeah.
I think the important thing to remember for, again, the bloggers in the audience is that you are not your monthly unique visitors. There's so much more value that you bring to the table. Yes, that's an important number, but there are a lot of other important facets that we look at. I touched on a little bit earlier. Obviously, we want a site that looks great. We want a site with great content and a unique voice. Again, if other sites are linking to you, that proves that you have great content. So I feel like that comes naturally. Level of engagement is really important. Whenever, I see Karen in the audience who has a great personal style blog, or Jessica from What I Wore who has a great personal style blog. And these girls post a photo of themselves and they get dozens and dozens of comments.
Yep.
And for me, that shows real value because it shows that their audience is engaged in who they are, their audience trusts them, and their audience considers them, influential. And how that could convert for my client, the potential there is exponentially higher than a blog with a larger reach, but maybe a broader or less specific voice, if that makes sense.
When we first started out, we didn't have the blog. We had Second City Style, which we looked at like it's an online fashion magazine, which it is. So we thought, well, like a magazine, we'd sell ads. And it didn't quite work that way. We just didn't know. I just don't think we understood the landscape. And quite frankly, I didn't even really know what a blog was. Or fully understand a blog. Like, to me, they were just something that people did in their spare time, and they had something to say. And I didn't realize that at that point, that's almost 5 years ago, that could be a real integral part of your business. And to be quite frank, now the blog has really kind of taken over the magazine. So things have switched a bit. So we started off thinking we could sell ads. We had no traffic. I don't know what we were thinking. And we didn't. And then as our traffic built, then we could reapproach it, and it's a different ballgame now. And also, I just think over time the landscape has changed enough that, there are more companies that are more willing to try it. And I also think that it's actually a cheaper form of advertisement than going into, let's say, a print magazine that gets thrown out. And So I think that, it took a while, but I think like traditional media is finally opening up to bloggers.
We think bloggers are really important and big influences in the community. So we want to work with them in any way that we can to help them and just help them build their influence. It's not only about the bigger blogs. I did mention that we do look at page views, and unique visitors and whatnot, but it's not only about that. It's about having, like, what's your point of view? What's your unique voice? What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the conversation?